Hey everybody, Zach from Diancie here, back with the other part of my entire VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray collection. From the last video, you've seen that that's a very, very long video, and it's going to be even longer since this is only about halfway done. I'm going to try to keep this video shorter, quicker, because the battery life of this camera does not last long. And sorry about the interruption, just pretty much ignore what happened in that part of the video, please. And I'm going to continue off to where I left off. So where I left off was The Passion of the Christ, I believe was one of the last ones I showed you, or was it Ernest? I think it was Ernest. And then next up, we will have Full House, the complete set. Got this for Christmas last year, or was it? No, I think I got in 2015's Christmas. I think, but I did an unboxing, I believe, of this on my channel already, so I'm not really gonna at all opening all this. But let's see, I can't remember how I had it. I think it was like this. But I also have the little paper that it came with when I originally opened it. Even though it doesn't stick at all, it's just kind of paper. Oh, wrong way. It's still really, really nice set. For a fantastic show. Fuller House can just disappear for all I care. Couldn't really stand that show. Now let's see, what else is next? Oh, I think I got... Alright. Think we're good to start again. Okay. Next up, Batman The Dark Knight. Yeah, The Dark Knight, not Rises. We've had this one, I think, since it was new. I don't have Begins, that's the one I need to get, and I will unbox it hopefully if I get it new. I'm not going to open it, just because time. Don't have time. Next up, The Dark Knight Rises on DVD. I got this for Christmas about at least 3 Christmases ago, I think. Very, very good film. Can't have a habit of opening them. Anyway, there's only a handful that I probably will. Anyway, Batman Unlimited, Monster Mayhem. Sorry about that lighting. I had to get some extra light for this. This was a really nice special with Roger Craig Smith as Batman. He does a really good Batman, probably my second favorite after Kevin Conroy. Next up would be Scooby-Doo Meets Batman. I don't remember if I unboxed this or not. This is a really nice little special. They're actually making a new one of this coming out in 2018, which has Batman Brave and the Bold meets Scooby-Doo. It's a little different, just in case if I didn't unbox it. Nothing too special on the inside, but it does have a nice disc art. Now this is something I've never shown on my channel because I got this at Gamescape and I thought it was pretty awesome because it says, what was it? 2 special episodes from the Batman series, and this, from what it shows, is that this was like a really rare DVD, I thought, but online it's actually not that rare. But anyway, it says, what does it say? Promotional disc, not for sale or redistribution. Does not contain theatrical film. I can't talk. This has just a couple episodes from the TV show. Haven't really actually watched it since I got it because of well, I've seen all the episodes of the Batman and I haven't really been in the mood for watching the show yet. But here is such an underrated series. Beware the Batman. This was a show that was canceled way too soon. People didn't want to give it a shot because of how Alfred is this time and because of this girl. I honestly like both characters. I've always liked Alfred. And pretty much any kind of Batman TV show based series. But yeah, that's just... It's part of season 1. And there's only one season, technically, that I know of. I would like to see more, but these are the only 2 official released ones in the United States. This is part 2 of Beware the Bat... No, not Beware... Yeah, Beware the Batman. Very, very underrated show. Let's see if I can fix the lighting a little bit. It's going to be really difficult. That might work. Anyway, next up, Teen Titans Season 1. I still need to get all the seasons. I only have Season 1. I have watched this show multiple times. Infinitely better than Teen Titans Go. Always will be better. I have seen countless episodes of Teen Titans Go just because of it being reruns on TV, and it is really annoying that they have to play it every single day. Now, I know that they've been showing reruns of the original Teen Titans, but not enough to make it seem like the other one doesn't exist, which it shouldn't anymore. Anyway, next up is the complete set of Batman, the TV series from the 60s. With Adam West and Burt Ward as Batman and Robin. This series, I have seen it multiple times on TV, but I never got into it as much just because I thought it was way too corny at the time. Now that I'm older, I can definitely appreciate the series for what it was, and I still like it. And here we go with Batman the Animated Series, Season 1. It says Volume 1, but it's actually just Season 1. I checked up on that for sure. It is Season 1. I think I've unboxed this on my channel before, and I've had this since then. I've watched it countless times. This poor thing's getting all worn. But when I found Season 2, it's still in really good condition for how many times I've still watched this. There's still a lot of things in this series of this TV show that I still don't think is perfect. But overall, it's such a fantastic classic. I just can't hate it as much. I mean, I just can't hate on it, is what I'm trying to say. It's too good of a classic to hate. And I cannot wait to get the other volumes. I'm only missing 2 more volumes that I know of. I think there's only 4 seasons. Then next up, the best Batman series of all time, in my personal opinion. Batman Beyond. The complete series. I have done an unboxing of this, so if you want to go watch that, you can go watch it if you want. Really like this nice sleeve cover because it's actually just a cover. But it's really, really nicely made. Really like this set. Love the show. Then, now we're going to the more movie side of things. I think. Wait. Oh, I already did movies. But here's still some more I forgot. Batman Return of the Caped Crusaders. I have done an unboxing of this, I'm pretty sure. This is a animated version of the 60s Batman, starring both Adam West and Burt Ward reprising their roles. And it's a very good special. Not as good, though, as the one I'm about to show you. Batman vs. Two-Face. This was by far the better film of the two. It was just done way better. Animation was nicer. Voice acting has gotten better. Because the first one was corny, yes. But that's not the reason why I thought it was as good. I just didn't think the animation wasn't nice as much. They've done just a better job with this one in general. Definitely like this one more. And then here's another one I haven't unboxed because I got this used. It's just Batman, the Michael Keaton version in 1989. This is a DVD copy of it that I found for a few dollars. It's really not much in it, unfortunately. It's just a blank disc art. But at least I like the inside, that looks nice. That's a really good film. I haven't watched that in a long time. Next up, this Batman double feature that comes with Batman's and Mr. Freeze, Sub-Zero. And Batman Beyond says the movie, but it's only 4 episodes of the TV show. This thing lied to me when I got it for $5. At least the good side is that I got Sub-Zero out of it, and it was a good movie. Not the best, but good. Yes, this only comes with 4 episodes from the TV show, which I already do have. Just in case, I know I've already done an unboxing of this, but if you wanted to see. And next up is possibly one of the best animated films from the 90s, the Batman Superman movie. This movie was fantastic. This cover art is ugly. I have to admit that. I think the back art did a so much better job. I think that would have been better for the cover. But man, this animation looks pretty ugly from the cover art. It looks so terrible. But it is a great, great movie. Absolutely adore this film. Now, if that was the Batman vs. Superman movie, that was in theaters, that would be awesome. Next up, the best Batman movie, in my opinion, Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker. I'm a big Batman Beyond fan. I think that the Batman Beyond is one of the best comic book heroes of all time. I really, really think Batman Beyond, the series and the movie, are just fantastic. Next up, let's see if I can scooch. I took on something. Of all time. Anyway, let's keep it going. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. With The Blindside. The classic film. It's not my favorite in the world, but I do have it. We've had it for years. And a disappointing movie, like an incredibly disappointing movie that I'm going to have to show you. Zootopia. Don't like this film. I just don't. I like some moments in the movie, but it's just not enough to make it a good movie, in my opinion. Kind of a letdown. Pretty big one. Next up, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Pirates of the Caribbean's 1 through 4 are fantastic. I didn't care to see 5. After 4, I just kind of wanted to stop. But anyway, next up is a film that I thought was pretty underrated. Shaun the Sheep, the movie. It's not perfect by any means, but it is a very, very nice film. See if I can get my camera fixed a little bit. Ooh, not sure what just happened on my screen. There we go. That looks nicer on there. Back art. Side. And I actually got these 2 next ones just as a gag to myself, really, because I really don't care for this show, but I do remember it. It's for Donkey Kong Country. Was it He Came, He Saw, and He Conquered. Oh boy. I recently, as by recently I mean by like a year or 2 ago, been watching a lot of I've been watching Pro Jared for much longer than that, but when he did the Donkey Kong Country TV series, I was like, I have to find these, and I found these locally for only like a couple dollars each. Definitely worth the price, just because, yeah, there's not too many episodes on these, but it is so bad, but it's so nice to have as a collection. I do have to admit the cover art looks pretty decent, but as far as the animation, the quality, and everything about that show is terrible. But it's at least nice to have as a collector's item. Same thing with this next one, Donkey Kong Country, Raiders of the Lost Banana, like Raiders of the Lost Ark or something like that. Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think that's right. Yeah. Terrible TV show, but fun to have as a Nintendo collector. Next up is a movie that I think is incredibly meh, but worth the price since I only paid less than $4 for it. Yogi Bear. It's not the greatest film by any means. Yogi himself was the reason why I watched it. he was a pretty, the person who played him in Boo Boo were, is it Boo Boo? Yeah, it's Boo Boo, yeah. This movie was mediocre, but it did have its really good sides, which were pretty much just the bears. Minus that, it was a pretty terrible movie, to be honest. Some of the acting was just awful. Next up, it's going to be for a movie that's not my favorite. And I have said this. It's not my favorite, but there's something about it that I still like. It's going to be for Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. I've unboxed this year, that is, too. Let's see if I can get this camera to... There we go. Yeah, it's not been my favorite, but it's a lot of people's favorites. And I do need more Halloween specials that aren't going to affect how I feel about the holiday in general. Next up is a movie that I think is pretty good. It's not fantastic, but it's pretty good. Freebirds. Got this at Black Friday for only like $2. I watched this before on, I think it was Netflix. And it was a really nice film. It's not my favorite, but it's still a good film. When I first watched it, I got like incredibly sick and watched it countless times just to play something while I was resting, since I couldn't get out to do anything. Next up is a classic that I do like a lot, but it definitely, now that I'm older, I see a lot of downsides to it, but it's still a great film, even with the flaws. It's going to be The Iron Giant. This is the signature edition, I guess. It says on the side. I'm not sure. I've heard someone on the comments when I unboxed this on my channel said that I think there's some scenes that are different than the others, and the same thing with the box art and the disc art. Next up is for a film that is not too bad. It's not the best either, and I kind of want to see its sequel, but I'm not sure if I really would have paid its full price. It's going to be for The Nut Job, with Hammy from Over the Hedge's design kind of stolen. It's Hammy from Over the Hedge, it's purple with what's his name's voice on it, Will Arnett. This movie was pretty good. The sequel, I'm not sure. I heard meh. I've heard it's better than the first, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to see it yet. Next up is for a classic that I'm pretty sure everybody has seen by now, that you can find for only like a few dollars. The only reason why it's in this colored case is because I swapped it out with another case because the DVD I got was in pretty poor shape, so I had to swap them. And this is the only film that I thought would be okay for me to just swap out the cases. It's for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The original, not Charlie and Chocolate Factory, which is an okay film. It definitely has its upsides, but this film is the classic. Next up is for a movie that I have seen countless times on TV. I watch it every year when it's on, even though it's not really a Christmas film, but it comes out pretty much around there in Halloween, I guess. It's going to be for Matilda. I've done an unboxing of this film as well. This film is an instant classic. I grew up watching this film all the time and just absolutely adore it. Next up is for Casper, the original movie. And this movie was, so fantastic when I was young. And now that I'm older, I could still say it's fantastic. Minor downsides, of course. But still, such a fantastic film. Love the acting was just phenomenal. For the main cast, that is. Now for the sub-characters. They were okay. But I have unboxed this on my channel, so for a better, clear video, hopefully, there it goes. You will find a better video there. Next up is another classic that my family and I grew up with. Dennis the Menace. I've unboxed this on my channel as well. This was a classic film that I grew up with. I know this is like a TV show way before this, and this was from the 90s. But this film is something that I think my brother and I were obsessed watching with. It was so good. Another film that I wish I got it on Blu-ray because it's such a good film. Oh man, I really like this film. It's for a movie I'm hoping that's going to get a sequel someday. It's going to be for Mr. Peabody and Sherman. And this animated film stars, I think, the guy from Clank from The Emperor's New Groove. His voice is used a lot in a lot of animated films, TV shows, video games, yada yada. He plays in Skylanders as well, I think, as one of the characters. Man, this film is so good. I know it's based off a TV show as well, and they've done like a reboot of a series of it or something. Don't care for that, I just care for this movie. Next up is for a collector set that I actually found at Goodwill for, I think, $3? No. I think it's about like $5 or $6. Brand new. I found this. I think it was what? 2005 is when this... 2005 or 6 when this bundle came out. Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, the films. I found this at Goodwill, and I wanted to... I didn't know this was brand new when I was taking them out and unboxing them. And I was stupid to not pay attention very well, because I could have gotten this uploaded on my channel for you guys. This comes with Spider-Man's 1 and 2, factory sealed. I did already unbox it a long time ago. Comes with 1 and 2. And let's see. Anyway, here we go with some of the advertisements. See, disc 1 has Spider-Man, disc 2 has the Green Goblin. And then Spider-Man 2, which is my favorite of the trilogy. For some reason, I've always liked the sequels, it seems like, from what I've been showing you guys. See, the first disc is Spider-Man. Second disc is Doc Ock from this film. It also has some advertisements for other movies and TV shows at the time. Yeah, this is a really nice set. It's like in mint condition, too. Oh, something I can't believe I found. And then you've already seen this unboxed, so if you want to, you can go find it. It's not relatively old, it's maybe like a couple months old. But I've unboxed this on my channel. Spider-Man 3. One of the older versions of Spider-Man 3. I actually found it deep in the $5 bin at my local Walmart. Spider-Man 3 was really good. Not my favorite, but definitely good. First disc is Spider-Man. Second disc is Venom. As Spider-Man, I think. Unboxed. Oh yeah, I've already unboxed it. I don't need to do that. Next up is for a movie that I definitely can't get enough of, because this film is another childhood favorite. Snow Day by Nickelodeon. I guess the reviews weren't the highest for this film from what I've seen, but I don't know why. It's a harmless film. It's really fun to watch. It's really, really good. You can only find it for like $5 now. First time it released was actually this year on DVD that I read online. Here we go. I've already showed you this on VHS, but now you get to see the DVD copy. I think I've unboxed this on my channel? Yeah, I did. Stuart Little, the original. Love the Stuart Little films, except for number 3. But I absolutely adore the Stuart Little films so much. My favorite's always been Stuart Little 2. This is not the original one I grew up with, and I was wanting to unbox this, but it was used, so I'm not going to unbox this. This one is my favorite of the Stuart Little films. Snowbell is hilarious in this movie. Oh, man, he's hilarious. Next up, for a movie I also wish I had on Blu-ray, Megamind. This was given to me by my mom for $5 before our Kmart went out of business. So, that's always good. I love this movie. It's really good. Very creative. I would love to see a sequel someday. It's probably not going to happen, but who knows. Here's for a film that's, in my personal opinion, good. really good, but not like great. It's going to be for The Secret Life of Pets. This is a film I was honestly wanting to see pretty badly. I didn't get to see it in theaters, but I did get to finally own it as a gift for Christmas. Yeah, I forgot I actually was playing it just the other night. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, just... I think I must have eaten too much for my dinner tonight. Next up is going to be for something I've already shown you on VHS. Aladdin. This is the Diamond Edition. I wish I would have gotten this earlier before I did on my channel because it had a really nice sleeve cover. Man, I missed out. I did not want to miss out. I was hoping I would finally get one with it, but unfortunately, after a while, our store stopped selling them with the sleeves, which upset me pretty big time, but at least I do have it on Blu-ray and DVD. And Aladdin's one of my favorite animated films as well, especially from the 90s. But I just can't get enough of this film. Next up is for a film that I did finally watch when I got it, and I think it's good, but my favorite is still probably going to be Cars 1. Cars 3. Cars 3, it kind of goes in order which one I like it. I think Cars 1's my favorite, then Cars 2, then Cars 3. Cars 3 is great, but it's not the greatest. The ending wasn't my favorite. I didn't think it was all that great, but the movie itself altogether was pretty awesome. Especially I liked also the short too, about the little backpack, or about the little animate objects trying to help this bully out to become nice. But anyway, Cars 3, really good film. Not my favorite of the trilogy, but it's good. A film that I really wish was better, but still a great film. Captain Underpants, the first epic movie. I really do like this movie a lot, but I wish they could do more. I want them to do more, because I know this this movie could do really, really well if they ever do make a sequel. I really hope that they do better with it, just because it felt like it was missing something. I'm not sure what it is, but it felt like it was missing something. Next up is for one of my favorite films of this year. One of them. The Boss Baby. This movie is very, very underrated, and I wish people gave this movie a chance. It is probably one of the more genius films I've seen through DreamWorks. It's not my favorite through DreamWorks. My favorite is Kung Fu Panda. It's always going to be that probably. But such a good film, and I cannot wait for a sequel. And speaking of a movie that needs a sequel, Rise of the Guardians. Another DreamWorks film that really deserves a sequel. And I have unboxed this twice on my channel. The original one is still up if you are still wanting to watch it. This one I would probably recommend watching more just because it's better video quality. Rise of the Guardians. Oh, such a good film. Man, they make so many good films that I wish had sequels. Oh, speaking of another great film, Big Hero 6. Very fantastic film. And the TV show that's going on, that they only shown the pilot episode of, I have a feeling it's going to start out in 2018 when it comes out fully. The TV series is fantastic. I cannot recommend Big Hero 6, the series, enough. It is amazing. You guys should watch it. It's from the creators of Kim Possible. It is amazing. Please Disney, don't ruin this show. Please, you have a habit of doing things terrible to a show for the past at least 5 to 7 years now. But, man, this movie, so good. Don't have it? Grab it, go watch it. And here we go with the next one, Wreck-It Ralph. I already know that there's a sequel coming out, and I cannot wait to see it, and I'm hoping it's good. And definitely adore this film. This is actually the one I got on day one. when it first came out, and the unboxing is one of my top viewed videos actually on my channel. And as you can tell, it's starting to get shelf wear, and my poor DVD copy is scratched up like crazy. I was only able to watch that at the time because I didn't have a Blu-ray player. But now that I do, I could just use the Blu-ray copy. Good thing about getting combo packs like that. Next up, for a film that's underrated and want to see the sequel soon, even though they said there's supposed to be a sequel out by now. Goosebumps. Didn't care for the TV show all that much, and the books were only okay. But I absolutely adored this film, and I want to see more of these characters, and I want them to hire back all of them. I don't want one person replaced. All these people were good. I cannot wait to see the next film. Alrighty, it's another pile done. Here we go with the next one. It's going to be for the Lego Movie. This is not my original copy that I have unboxed on my channel, I think, up before. But I did unbox this one, and by far the better deal because of it coming with this really nice little standee kind of thing. I haven't watched this in forever. I need to watch it again. Really good film. It's probably the only Lego movie that I actually care for. Don't care for a Lego Batman movie at all. They kind of make Batman like a joke in it. No thank you. Lego Ninjago, the same thing. It's like I don't think they should do it based off TV shows like that anymore. I just want to see the sequel of that film. That film. Not Lego Batman, not Lego Ninjago, just that film sequel. And then next up, Star Wars The Force Awakens. I unboxed this also on day one, I believe. This is the BB-8 edition that you could have gotten at Walmart when it was brand new at the time. Force Awakens is a really good film, but I think Episode 8, The Last Jedi, is now my #1 favorite Star Wars film. It's going to be hard to beat that one. Episode 6 was my previous favorite, Return of the Jedi. Ooh, that movie's so good. Anyway, next up, Star Wars The Complete Saga. I've also unboxed this on my channel. It's also one of my higher up viewed videos. At least something I actually cared for a lot. Finally actually had really good views. For videos that I don't care for some reason have a lot. But this set was amazing. And it is amazing still. When I first got it, I watched the behind the scenes features at least 5 times in a row. It was so much fun to watch that. And next up, it's going to be for a film that's so underrated that doesn't deserve the hate it gets at all. Ratchet and Clank, the movie. I actually adore this film. I got this combo pack when it first came out. I do have the unboxing video, guys, for you guys if you ever wanted to watch that. Underrated film, doesn't deserve the hate. It's just based off the game. Don't understand why people hated it. Eh. And here comes a film that I thought was pretty disappointing. It got better as the film went on, for sure. But the beginning was the slowest part. I didn't care for I don't believe in evolution, so I don't care about that kind of stuff in movies. The Minions movie. As much as I do think the movie is good, it's just not great. Especially for the Despicable Me line. I still also have that bonus disc that it came with, and I still haven't used it once. I need to figure out what it does. Someday. Next up, Despicable Me 1. I have never unboxed this on my channel because I got this before I got my channel. I think by at least 1 year. Yeah, 1 year before I got my channel. So I never got the chance to unbox this. Might as well show you. They still sell it, but only with just this case, not like the sleeve anymore. We've had this since it was first coming out as well. This was a gift, and I absolutely adore this film. Next up, for possibly my favorite of the trilogy, not including Minions, Despicable Me 2 is definitely my favorite of the Despicable Me films. And it was, oh, Despicable Me 2. So good. Love it. Next up, Despicable Me 3. One of my more recent, highly viewed videos. Despicable Me 3 wasn't as good as the first two for sure, but still a good film. Definitely not going to say it's bad. It is far from it. But it still is not as nice as the first two. Next up is for a classic. I've already shown you this on VHS, and I'm going to show you it on DVD. Shrek. One of my also really, really high videos viewed on my channel. It's the same one that I unboxed those many years ago. And if you want to watch that unboxing, you can, because it's a fantastic, not me, the movie, fantastic movie. And I'm never going to unbox this on my channel because I've had this since it launched on DVD 13 years ago. Shrek 2. This is our original copy. I don't think it ever came with a sleeve, so I don't really know about that. Man, I wish this camera was doing good with lighting. But this also has that kind of like, where you have to like undo these, then open it. Ugh. Okay, but yeah, love the Shrek films. Shrek 2 is probably my #1 favorite. Then I'd have to say Shrek 4 is my second favorite. Next up, Shrek the Third. My least favorite of the Shrek films, but is still a good film. It's definitely still a good film. Shrek the Third is a really nice film. Next up, my second favorite, Shrek 4 Ever After. They could have done that with a pun when they first released it, but they did not. Great film. Wish I had the combo pack, but I don't. And next up is Shrek the Halls. Very nice classic. Love that. Not sure if I unboxed that or not. Next up for a TV show that deserves more credit. Definitely more credit because this is a fantastic season. Transformers Armada. The complete set. I've unboxed this on my channel already. You can watch it whenever you want. Love this show. It's my favorite Transformers of all time. And its video game that's on a PlayStation 2 is also my favorite Transformers game, based off Armada. And its gameplay also kind of inspired later games like Fall of Cybertron and Rise of the Dark Spark. Let's see, before my camera starts to go downwards, let's continue on with Ben 10. The 4-film collection comes with what was it? Ben 10: A Race Against Time, Secrets of the Omnitrix, Destroy All Aliens, and Alien Swarm. Kind of not in order, because in order it would be Secrets of the Omnitrix, then Race Against Time, then Alien Swarm, then Destroy All Aliens. Would be the newest one. I believe I unboxed this on my channel. I'm a big Ben 10 fan, as you guys know. Ben 10 is one of my favorite TV series of all time, along with quite a few others. Next up is for an underrated series, Ben 10 Omniverse, Galactic Monsters. I don't have the entire Omniverse series yet on DVD because I thought they just never released them all. At least not that I'm aware of. I don't remember them making all the seasons because I think they stopped after like Volume 3. And I could have sworn there was a lot more than what they shown on the discs. But anyway, next up, Ben 10 Omniverse, Duel of the Duplicates. This came out with only like 5 episodes. Still good episodes, just a mini kind of little adventure set. This is not my original one that I've unboxed on my channel, but I have found it again. And unfortunately it has looks like a library copy of this, and I tried removing all the tags, but it would not come off without tearing off anything. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, The Return of Heat Blast. This was one of my very first unboxing videos, I think, on my channel. Other than, I think it was one of them, but I think my first one was Sonic Unleashed for the Wii. But, yeah, Ben 10 Ultimate Alien was a fantastic season. Next up, Ben 10 Alien Force, Volumes 1 through 4. And I definitely need to get the whole set of this as well. This is a really good show. Next up, Ben 10 Season 1. I've already unboxed this entire set and talked about it enough times. Ben 10, the complete Season 2. Ben 10, the complete Season 3 with Upchuck on the front. And Ben 10 Season 4, the series finale. It also includes Secrets of the Omnitrix as well. And then, one of my Nickelodeon's best show of all time, Danny Phantom, the complete series. I've unboxed this on my channel. Unfortunately, it was with terrible resolution, and there's no way I can redo this unboxing because it's already been opened. But I definitely recommend getting that series a try if you have not seen it. And by this time, I'm kind of surprised you haven't. If not, that is. Next up, since my battery's almost dead, Pokemon, the complete Indigo collection. Indigo League collection. This is one thing I wanted to unbox, but for some reason I just did not end up doing it. Not sure why. This would have been a good video for my channel to unbox this. Then I got ripped off and found this on eBay. It still works, but it's in some pretty bad shape. Let's see, The Adventures on the Orange Islands was the next season after that. I could just rebuy this season online, but don't have the money for that right now. I've already talked about these next few DVDs enough on my channel, so I don't really need to go too much depth. Pokemon, the Johto Journeys. The complete collection. Oh, that's a Politoed. For some reason, he looked like a Drowsy there. There we go. Man, this lighting's so awful. I'm sorry, guys, about this. But yeah, when I first got Johto Journeys, I was thrilled to have the whole set. Next up, the Johto League Champions. Still comes with its sleeve. It's a really nice set to have. Like all the Pokemon volumes, mainly up until at least Black and White. X and Y was great, and then Sun and Moon ruined it. Next up, Pokemon the Master Quest. Definitely one of the seasons I remember the most, other than Johto Journeys. Next up, Pokemon Advance. I've already unboxed this on my channel recently, back in May. Not talking about the trainer May. Anyway, next up, the one that had to be delayed, unfortunately, Pokemon Advance Challenge, the complete collection. And unfortunately, had a big delay on this one's video. Still mad about that. Next up, Pokemon X and Y, the series. I think I'll unbox this on my channel. Still need to get Kalos Quest before I can get the next XYZ part whenever that releases. Someone told me that releases soon. Next, Volume 2 for X and Y. Yeah, I definitely did with the Ash Ketchum one I haven't unboxed, but not that one, I don't think. No, I did. It's been a long time, though. Next up, XYZ Part 1. With Ash and his Greninja, or Ash Greninja. Next up, Pokemon the First Movie, Mewtwo vs. Mew, DVD version. And it's a very... Hold on, it still has that little paper advertisement. Kind of plain discs. But at least it does have the Pikachu special on both DVD and VHS copy. At least the original DVD copy, anyway. But when you get it on Blu-ray, that's a different story. You don't get any specials, just the movies. Though this is a really nice collector's item to have, and really nice to have them all on Blu-ray, it's really disappointing that they don't have the special features, behind the scenes, and all that kind of stuff. I love Viz Video Media, or whatever you want to call them, because they do a great job of getting them onto disc and with really amazing like artwork and all that. But I wish they would give us some bonus features. Next up, Pokemon 4 Movie Collection. Comes with Pokemon Movie 4, 5, Forever, Heroes, Jirachi Wishmaker, and Destiny Deoxys. And my favorites are Destiny Deoxys and Forever. Those two are my favorites of these films. Next up is for a movie that I found at my local game store for a few dollars, and it came with 2 discs. Pokemon Ranger and the Temple of the Sea. A good film, not the best Pokemon film, but it's definitely hated more on this movie for some reason than others. Comes with 2 discs. Next up, Pokemon the movie, Diancie in the Cocoon of Destruction. Very good film. Not my favorite, but definitely very, very good for a first X and Y film. An underrated movie, but not still a great movie. Pokemon the movie, Hoopa in the Clash of Ages. I've unboxed this on my channel. And this movie is really good, but it definitely lacks on some things. And I don't care for Arceus. I can't stand that Pokemon. And unfortunately that Pokemon is in it. But here is a movie that did a big step up and is one of my favorite Pokemon movies now of all time. It's going to be for Pokemon the movie, Volcanion, and Mechanical Marvel. This movie is so good. So good. It's definitely corny like Pokemon movies are. But I don't care about that. I care about the story. And this one's story was amazing. And I really like Volcanion. Or is it Volcanion? I don't know. I think the movie said it Volcanion. Let's see. I think I might have to make this into 3 parts, guys. I have to let my camera charge. But tell me in the comments below what you guys and girls think of this video and what you think of this entire collection thus far. Almost done, finally. 3 parts now. When the first one collection video took only about 2 parts, it with only like 20 to something minutes each. Man, I think I've collected a little too much. Next Christmas time is going to be interesting. Oh boy. See you guys next time, and God bless to all.